Hey everyone, Kristin Ciliberto here on behalf of Film Fest Report, giving you all an exclusive interview with actress and producer BRIT SHAW. She's just one of the many talents that star in the film Peace in the Valley. In the aftermath of a senseless act of violence, a young mother must learn to manage her overwhelming grief, not for her own peace of mind, but for the sake of her young son. This film had its world premiere at the TRIBECA Film Festival in the Viewpoint selection and is written and directed by Tyler Riggs. This film is full of drama and lots of emotion, and BRIT SHAW gives a remarkable performance, and I'm so excited to be speaking with her, so please enjoy our exclusive interview. Congratulations on the film. What was it like having your film be part of Tribeca Film Festival? This is such a huge festival. What was it like being at that premiere and just having a huge audience watch your film?
Oh gosh, I felt like our entire cast and crew was so excited to be in New York together and proud to have the invitation to premiere in New York. And Tribeca has been one of my favorite festivals since I can remember. So having Peace in the Valley premiere there was pretty special. I felt very good.
Were you excited to just not only have that, sense of act of like, okay, we can just relax now. Everybody's seeing the film. We don't have to be nervous anymore. Were you?
Yeah, I actually was kind of nervous. I think because there's so much that goes into it to get everything there and everything works and then everyone, the lead up, I guess. And so once we had our premiere, it was like, we did it. All this hard work over all these months leading up to it.
Exactly. It's a huge celebration because of Tribeca.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like Tribeca just in New York is a celebration for kind of everyone we met, like everyone's so excited. So you just feel this energy that was pretty special.
Now, I'm very happy to be talking about this film because right now it's such an important film at this important time and where we at in the state of our country. So how does it feel to be part of that project and telling an important story? Because you are a producer on this film.
Right.
So please go through that process.
Yeah, I mean, I think we shot this in during COVID in 2020. So in a lot of the conversations we had, it was about showcasing a story that the 24-hour news cycle, something happens, there's a shooting, it's all over the news, everyone's talking about it. And then about 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, it kind of just like, and there it goes. And that kind of always stuck with us, especially stuck with me and seeing that these people, these families, these friends of families, like they're never the same. And so the whole story and the meaning behind the story was important for me to tell because I wanted to tell something that's like, let's follow a day in the life of a family that loses someone and how after that news cycle is over, this is the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And I think we wanted people to just kind of sit with that. And so, now we're dealing with an actual like shooting in a grocery store just a few weeks ago. And there's one that happened a few months ago. And I remember talking about where the shooting was going to occur and how, and, everything we decided on inside of the grocery store was talked about. And to see it happen is just, heartbreaking again. So it was something important for us, for people to see, to know that this is human.
Yeah.
It's a human thing, not a political thing. These are just people like you and me. It could be a nail salon, a concert, a grocery store, anywhere. So,
and unfortunately now at schools it's so sad. It's definitely a mental health thing. There's so many issues that even go into it, but your character deals with a lot of grief, and you have a young son in the film. How did you prepare for that role mentally?
I think I did a lot of research on families that have gone through this. And then also I had, used parallels to my own life, and I have kids. And I think that I personally have been so affected by every shooting and seeing it and reading about it that when I was doing the research, it was just like very, very emotional for me as well, just to to know what these people are going through. And I wanted to accurately portray that. So I tried my best to accurately like portray that.
You did a really great job with it.
I didn't, but I tried.
You did, like I said earlier, you were great in it. And what was it like having that connection with your young co-star in the film?
Oh, William was awesome. It's funny because this basically as tall as me when we did in New York at the premiere. And so I remember in COVID, because we started shooting in March of 2020, we got shut down. And one of the biggest factors of picking back up was because William was at the perfect age of like, this guy, this kid's gonna maybe hit puberty. Like if we wait any longer, he is not going to look like the first half of our movie.
Yeah.
So, our relationship was, I really felt it was kind of easy and seamless, and he was a great actor and we meshed well together. And I always wanted to make sure like he felt comfortable. So I think he was really easy to work with, and our relationship just kind of connected. As he says, he's like, looks at me like, I am a mom in real life. So he's like, you're a mom in real life. And I have a mom. So we can connect on that. Yeah.
And this was like you just said, filmed during the pandemic. Was that the biggest challenge you had, or did you have some other challenges on the set?
Huge challenge. I mean, that was by far a huge, huge challenge. I think being an independent film and COVID, this was back when, nowadays you can just go to the store and buy a COVID test. This was like before the 15-minute rapid or the 24-hour PCR. Mm-hmm. This was like, you could take a test and within 48 hours, if you rushed it, you could get it back. Yeah. So I would say the biggest challenge was we needed to get back to Atlanta to finish the movie. SAG, after hadn't come out with their COVID safe protocols yet. So this was back like, we were trying to figure it out in June, get back. We started shooting in August. Then we had to find people who would do the testing. So our biggest challenge was the logistics of being a small independent film, not being able to, pay at the highest level of like how a huge studio can test, every day, or figuring it out that way. It was like, how do we follow these rules, also bring in someone? So I found this wonderful lady, Kathy Beckerman, who has my heart for life because she was amazing. And she really believed in our little indie movie and helped us a lot. So that was the biggest challenge. And there were times where we didn't know if we were gonna finish the film, because at the same time, because we were a small production, our crew are local Atlanta, most of them. Yeah. And it's the kind of the honor system on whether they would go home at night and not out and maybe possibly catch COVID. Like we were just like, hey guys, we got like this short amount of time, do your best. But everyone rallied and really no one caught COVID. So we didn't shut down.
And now, since you were an independent film, and thank goodness it sounded like nobody really got COVID, from the sounds of it.
No. The challenge is that because the testing was also new, some people's test results wouldn't come back, so they couldn't show up to set. So we were like cutting scenes, rewriting stuff. Like there was no time. We didn't have time to be like, well, we'll just shoot that on this day, because every day we were changing locations. So we couldn't go back to that location. So we were just having to like cut if they get there. I mean, it was the wild, wild west for sure.
Oh, I can just picture that in my mind. Like one of the many other independent films that were like, oh my gosh, how are we going to make this work? Especially the fact that you started in March and then you had to continue in August. Sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
But what made Tyler Riggs a special director to bring on for the project, or was he always part of the project?
Yeah, he wrote the script. So yeah, he wrote the screenplay. We were on it together from the beginning. He wanted to direct, and we just wanted to tell a story that had a female point of view, strong female character, and we were on the same page about that. And he wanted to direct something like that.
That's awesome. Because I really like the drama that he brings to it. Because I know from researching him, he's also an actor. So did he also want to star in the film, or he was like, no, I want to give this
He
to
didn't.
Michael and the other
Yeah,
cast?
he didn't. He wanted to direct it, and he was the writer, and he wanted to cast someone to play the Billy John role.
So now what's next for you? Are you wanting to continue to produce more, or do you want to just, are you just done with producing for a while?
Oh no, 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 no. I think that's what I want to do. So option scripts, like we're working on stuff now, and then we're taking this film to other film festivals, and I think that's kind of what I enjoy doing. So that's the plan for me.
Well, that's awesome. So thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed speaking with you, and hopefully I'll get to see more of this film at other film festivals later on this year.
Yes, and thank you for watching it. It means a lot.
Yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. So and right now it's an important film for this day and age. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing it with a whole bunch of audiences.